He did it twice.
He proposed
Twice, yeah. One Greek god.
Really?
Yeah. He was drop dead gorgeous. So we've been friends for 13 years.
Because it doesn't just like happen
no,
one day.
No, of course, no. I've known him
it?
since he was 16, and it was like too much all at once. So it's definitely tested us. And then just as we was like, oh, we're getting the hang of it.
Hey, welcome to Brides and Coffee. It's Yalcin from Choban Weddings. Today I'm joined by the beautiful Meltem, and we're going to go over her wedding. We're going to have just a conversation discussing her wedding day, how life has gone on, because it was 4 years since she got married. She got married to an amazing guy called Dimitri, and she had a mixed wedding, which was a Turkish and a Greek culture coming together and just having a ton of fun. You may hear babies every once in a while. We've had to send them upstairs because they just want to be the showpieces and just complete divas like their mummy. There's a lot for you to take from this conversation because it was such a different wedding, and she's got a lot of tips that she's going to give us. Just off camera, we've been discussing a few of them, and welcome to the show.
Hi.
How much of your wedding do you actually remember?
The actual day, I don't remember nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, but leading up to it and all the planning, I remember all of that because I was so militant and particular of what I wanted.
I remember that.
And everyone was telling me, because it was two cultures coming together, I wanted it to be perfect, my way of perfect, not perfect for somebody else and convenient for somebody else. So I didn't go for the easy option and be like, oh yeah, let's do this, it's just easier, it's less of a headache. No.
Did you have the names?
Oh yeah, we had
China.
allocated seating, and that was already the biggest issue. Everyone was, even on the day, I had people saying to my sisters when they said, oh, this is the table you're sitting at, they're like, I don't want to sit there, I want to sit with that person. And my sister was like, no, but you're sitting here.
I think it was your wedding where I watched the lady change the number.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, she was trying to sit at a certain table and they kept saying, no, this is table 14, for example. She physically took the number and put it onto the other table. Yeah, now this table is that number.
But the thing is that we're at a time where things like this matter to people, you know. Yeah. So it's important you're going to someone's event. You can't then dictate what you want to do. You're there to attend, to witness something. Just go and enjoy it, and for whatever it is, you know. But no.
Was it your guest? It was that.
It has to be my guest.
Yeah,
obviously, it was my guest. It wasn't going to be his guest.
No, not the Greek side.
No, definitely not. It was definitely my guest. I don't know who it was, but I remember it just being such a big issue. And my sisters kept saying to me, "You're just creating hard work for yourself."
But in Turkish weddings, we don't have allocated seats.
People sit with who they want to sit with, where they want to sit with. You know, it doesn't matter. Even
why are you going against the grain? Huh?
The thing is,
why are you going against the grain?
You have the nikah here.
Yeah.
And you have, obviously, ideally, the bride and the groom's family should be the first ones at the front row. No, I've seen people come up that I haven't got a clue who they are. I want to sit at the front. I'm like, but I don't mean to be rude or anything, but like, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? You're not meant to be here. You know, it's my parents and my sisters or whoever's meant to be here. So I was like, I'm not doing it. Obviously, my husband, he's Greek, and they were going to do allocated seats. So people said to me, do half and half. So you've got half the hall to yourself, not allocated seats, so everyone can sit where they want. Give the other half to the Greek family, and they can do. And I said, so where's this coming as a network or a connection or anything like that? I said it's going to be us and them. I said I'm not doing that. I said we're mixing for one, and I said I'm having allocated seats. And even Regency said you're being brave because they'd obviously done mixed weddings before.
Regency's been there before.
Yeah, they've. For ages they've been doing this, and they've done mixed weddings before, so they were like, you might have a bit of an issue. And I said, no, it's going to work because I'm going to make it work. So we basically didn't divide the hall. It was mixed, and I had one table his family, one table my family, one table his family, one table, and it worked because I went back to Regency because I'd forgotten my veil there. I think it was like 10 days later. I was like, oh my God, where's my veil? Then I remembered, I phoned them up and I was like, is it then? I was like, yeah, we have one, but we don't know whose it is. Went and picked up. When he saw it was us, he turned around and said, I want to say congratulations. I've never seen a wedding like yours. He goes, I've done so many mixed weddings and it's always very cold, very distant. One side them, one side us. And it doesn't work. And he was like, you were very brave, but you made it work. And I was like, well, that's what I wanted to hear because it worked for me.
Do you know who I am? And then you squashed them all together. Mix them around.
Yeah, mix them around.
So you had a bit of a soup.
Yeah, literally, but it worked.
Yeah, it was a nice soup.
It worked. It was a good, delicious soup. Definitely. Definitely. I totally agree.
First of all, you were late when we were doing the video photo shoot.
The photo shoot, yeah. That wasn't my fault though.
Wait. You were 2 hours late, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I was sat with Dimitri.
And his brother,
His brother, and me in a Rolls Royce. This song came on the radio, and I think it was the Bee Gees, Staying Alive or something like that. And I said to him, should we just make a music video?
You guys did, didn't you?
Yeah. And then
you did, yeah.
And then I just saw a smile on Dimitri's face. And just see,
It's
just
always up for a
smile. We'll
laugh.
put it here in the video, right?
Yeah.
On your page, I think. the
Yeah,
one we showed you.
it's
He's
in
got
the
his own-
video. It's in the video. You guys start out with them two, and then I get into it when we do all the pictures and everything, and the out dish check him and all of that stuff, and it's the nikah. Yeah, it's definitely in there. It's different though, isn't it? And that's what I liked.
Yeah, it is different.
It was different, but
Like, he was up for it though.
I was so worried he was going to be late because they obviously they were doing their traditions and the stolisman and whatever at home, and I didn't have any of that. I was just literally going to go hairdressers, get ready, and then meet you guys.
And they were earlier.
Yeah. And I was,
one.
and I kept saying to him, "Don't be late, don't be late, don't be late." And I ended up being 2
It
hours
was
late.
such a lovely family, though. I remember
They're
when
lovely,
when we went
Yeah.
there to film it, as if we were one of the family. They
Yeah,
just brought us
yeah,
in. We're there.
yeah. Give
Was
you
Dimitri?
food.
Yeah, they were like, oh,
Eat,
yes,
yeah.
the Greek food. That's
Yeah.
lovely. So you've got two cultures going together.
Yeah.
They're mixing. They're Cypriot Greek, right?
They're Cypriot Greek, yeah.
Yeah. So they've also
No.
got some of their own Cypriot culture
Yeah.
that's sort of led
Yeah.
into it as well.
Yeah.
When you're watching your video, it's going to be fun. You're going to have some of this,
Yeah.
some of that. It's not just 6 hours of halal.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
you told me, which was your
Yeah.
nightmare. If you
I love it. I can do it, but I can't do 6 hours of just going around in a circle. No. So when we sat down with Regency, they are Cypriot, so they're very, Cypriot weddings and Turkish weddings are very different weddings. It's a whole different culture there.
It's more of
I'm
a
used
fine dining, sit down
Yes.
till like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm
and
more
then
used to Cypriot ways of weddings.
Okay.
I prefer that than to ours. Yeah, ours are fun, but we don't have no organisation. We do 6 hours of non-stop going around to the point where Dimitri now says that zurna hurts my head, and I'm like, I know, but we're here now. Get used to it. It's part of your life,
Yeah.
And
Don't have a choice anymore.
yeah, exactly. I was like, you have to stick through it.
Yeah.
And
But that's what
you don't
people
get the
want,
DJ until they do the tuck or something.
Yeah.
It's till the very end.
Yeah.
But I didn't want that. See, as I said, I'm more used to having çiftetelli, halay. We do the family dances.
The Greeks do the money pinning very differently.
Yes.
Where in the Turkish side, it's you stand there.
You stand there and you
and
formally
they
greet
pin,
everyone, and then
formally
you kiss
greet and
everyone.
exactly.
420 people.
Yeah. And in the Greek one, you're dancing,
dancing.
and then people
Yeah.
are just coming and pinning money onto
Yeah.
you while you're
Yeah.
dancing, which
Yeah.
is very different.
Yeah.
Right. And it also looks like a lot more fun for you as a person who's getting money pinned on you.
Yeah. And the idea behind the money dance is everyone's supposed to come, once the family's out the way, the family's done what they need to do, everyone's supposed to come at the same time. To the
Okay.
point where you're supposed to be swamped and no one can see you.
Oh, really? Is that?
But because I was doing both.
Yeah.
I did the Greek money dance, and then at the end we did normal tucker for us. People didn't listen out, and they didn't realize that we was going to do ours as well. So my dad was standing there with money in his hand because everyone kept coming up to him, and it was like,
imagine your dad's
what
face
do,
going-
what do I do with it? And I was like, Dad, just put it in the letterbox, like.
So do you remember the experience of going to get your wedding dress?
Yes.
How was that?
The first time I ever went, I went with my mum and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law had
You took both mums?
Yeah, I took my mum. Obviously, my sister had got married, so she'd experienced it beforehand. But my mother-in-law had never done it before. Dimitri's the youngest of the family, and he was the first one to get married.
Look at you, Dimitri.
Yeah, he's the youngest and the
He
first
cut
one to
out
do
the whole
it.
lot.
Yeah, so
Because he's got one brother and one sister, no?
he's got 2 sisters and a brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
I missed one of them. I'm sorry, whichever one I
yeah,
missed.
he's got twin older sister and an older brother. So she'd never done this before, so I didn't want her to feel like she's not a part of it. So first time I ever went to try on a dress, I took both mums. My
She got them to
mother-in-law
try on a
couldn't
dress?
stop crying. Oh, bless her.
Really?
Yeah, she was so emotional. She couldn't stop crying. And then she goes to my mum, I tend to, you feel emotional? She's like, yeah, but I've done this before,
Ah, I ten. Come on, mum.
I was like, Mum,
Come
seriously?
on, mum. You've got 2 more to go.
The thing is, she was emotional, but she was
course
like,
she is.
but because I've experienced it before, she goes, I know, I kind
Did
of
she
like
cry on
know.
her sister's one?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've been told off by the sister that we need to do her video too.
Yes.
We're coming for
She's
you.
an old bride.
She's an
12
older
years
bride.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm
Yeah.
coming. Don't worry. Your kids are like my size now.
Yeah. So it was, and then the second time where I went to get my dress, I took my sister with me. Yeah.
Which one?
Meryl.
I have conversations with people they'll ask me a question, for example, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
And I know at that instance, they're not asking me. They just want me to say it's nice.
It's nice, yeah. That's
They
why.
don't want me to say,
That's
'cause
why I didn't want to
they're
take.
not asking for my opinion.
Yeah.
All they want to know is, like, I've picked this, it's brilliant. Just tell me how
Just
good
tell
I am.
me, yeah. That's,
Just tell me
yeah,
how amazing
yeah,
I am, right?
Yeah.
Was it that kind of an experience,
No,
or was it more
no.
of, babe, you look terrible in
Yeah.
this?
No, I trust her judgment. We all do. Whenever we want to online shopping or anything, we all send a picture to Maggie first. What do you think? Do you think it's nice, worth getting?
You go there.
So if she's like, yeah, it's good, then we'll get it.
She's a fashionista of the
Yeah,
family.
definitely. So I took her with me, and whatever I tried, when you go to a wedding shop, whatever you try is beautiful. You know, it's just finding the one that fits you, that you're comfortable in. I think I tried about 4 dresses, and then I tried my one on, and instantly we were both like, yeah.
Did you have the stars? Did the birds, the skies align and the music happen? Did it happen? That actually happened.
That moment happened.
Really?
Yeah.
So it happened for you?
Yeah, definitely.
I've had a few brides who've said nothing really happened.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
They're like, I knew it was the dress, but I didn't get that movie
Oh no, I did.
movie magic thing. So you had that.
I did, yeah.
Wow.
As soon as I walked out,
Lucky you.
As soon as I walked out, my sister went, "Oh my god, this is so your dress," and I was like, "Yeah." The only thing, my dress, it didn't have the diamantes at the top, on the front,
and
I felt like it was missing something. So she said, "Oh, let me try and put something on and see what you feel." And when she put it on, I was like, "Perfect, this is what I want."
The one.
Yeah.
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 Wow, lucky you.
2 wedding shops and that was it. Yeah.
Thinking back at my wedding with my missus, I think two shops.
2 shops, yeah.
The second she wore it, I was like, "This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one." It doesn't. Some people.
But you
praise
didn't
it
do
on
the
me.
conventional way because you saw the dress.
Yeah, she took me though. She's like,
She's brave.
She's brave, isn't it? Or crazy, one or the other. She's with me. She must be crazy.
Yeah.
She said it to me. She's like, "I want you to come with me." And I was like, "Are you sure?
Yeah, 'cause that's not a
don't you want the
conventional
whole
thing to do,
Do you
yeah.
want me to?" She said, "No. I trust your taste.
Yeah.
If you like it on me, it's gonna be good."
But that's what you need. You need someone that you know that they're not just going to say yes for the sake of saying yes because you've got a smile on your face that instant.
I didn't even ask the price at that point because I was like, "Oh, this is the one."
Yeah.
And it was probably the cheapest one, the ones she tried on.
Yeah.
But it was the
But
one
it
that
fit
suited her.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So when she had it on, I just looked at her and I was like, "Oh yeah."
I went to Pronovias.
Pronovias.
Yeah,
one.
I went
So it's a
there.
nice known brand
Yeah.
as well.
But mind you, when I looked into it, I didn't do no background research or anything like that. I only knew a few places that did bridals, and they're the ones that I kind of stuck to. There was a place in Angel, Mirror, I think it was called. Then there was obviously the flag store in Bond Street. And
Mirror is more of a their dresses are laid out in a different way.
Very different, yeah.
So it's more of a showroom sort of thing. So you can walk in and then you have like a little stand that you stand and you see yourself that sort of
definitely.
thing. So it's more of like a bridal experience rather than a dress shop.
Same with Pronovias, that you walk in and they literally just treat you like how you. It is a special moment. You're picking out something that you've been dreaming for all your life.
Did you try on different fits as well?
I tried on. My thingy was always a very fitted dress because I'm very petite. My mum was one of the. My mum was one of the princess dresses.
imagine your
The
mum
first
wearing a
time I put
princess.
on a princess dress, my mum went, "It doesn't look nice on you," and I said, "Because I'm very petite. You can't see me. You know, I don't shine in the dress. It just swallows me up."
The dress wears you.
Yes, exactly, and it wasn't the other way around. So the lady said, anyone who comes to your wedding could wear this dress just in a different color.
Okay.
So she was like, you want to be able to stand out, you know. And I was like, yes, I do want to stand out, you know. I'm doing this, I'm paying all of that money. I do want to stand out.
Yeah.
So she said, let me give you a selection of what I think would complement you, and we'll take it from there. She was spot on. So I had the 2-piece. I had the inside was very fitted, and then I had the overskirt that you could take off, but mine, I didn't. I kept it on.
You had that extra little
Oomph to it, yeah.
little
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the one that made him fall over.
Yeah.
So I do remember he did get a little bit teary when he saw you.
Dimitri,
first.
yes.
Yeah. I remember
No,
that.
do you remember when he first saw me when we was doing the photo shoot? I turned around.
I thought we'd get away
Yeah,
with it.
right.
We'll
He
probably
turned
get-
around. He doesn't like fake eyelashes. No, he does not like it. So he said to me, please don't put any on. And I said, okay, I'll put one on. But I was like, I have to have something there. I can't have this heavy makeup and no eyelashes.
Yeah, just
it's going to look
your eyes
stupid.
will look-
Yeah, I'm going to look stupid. I said, I'll make sure it's something that you're comfortable with. Obviously, I didn't go for nothing. I didn't think it was.
You didn't get the
I
fingers.
didn't think. No, I didn't think it was that big. I asked Irfan and I said, please, can we try and keep it as subtle as we
you went
possibly
to
can?
choppy cut.
Cuts, yeah. I said, let's keep it as subtle as we possibly can. And with that makeup, I thought my eyelashes were very subtle, but clearly not to his liking. I turned to
Has he
remember.
ever seen you with that kind of eyelash before, though?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I
you
don't
just look different.
Just yeah. I don't, unless it's like a major event. I don't put on lashes. No. So do you remember when he stood there and I walked up to him and he was supposed to turn around and see me for the first time? He turned around and said, "You put them eyelashes on." Is the first thing he said to me.
Yeah, I think.
And then you went, "Dimitri, that's not what we're looking for."
Yeah. You see
You
my
know?
voice in the background
Yeah.
going, "Dimitri, that's not what we
Yeah.
discussed."
Yeah.
So before then,
How
because
many times did you do it? 2 or 3 times.
before you came, we had 2 hours of me talking to Dimitri.
Yeah.
Going, "Dimitri, look,
Prepping
this
him.
is very important
Yeah.
for her." Like
Yeah.
the same conversation we just had. I was like, for you,
Yeah.
might not be as thing, but for her, this is very important because she's putting all this effort.
Yeah.
She's picked this dress and she wants to know that you appreciate it. So
Yeah.
when you see her,
Yeah.
whatever you feel, just show it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what he was feeling wasn't what we wanted him to feel.
Maybe it's been a funny moment now.
I think
but
behind
at
the
the time, I was
camera,
like,
you hear me
really?
laughing. You
Yeah,
hear me laughing because
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
I was like, Dimitri, that's not what we discussed.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, sorry. You know, Dimitri's
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry. Let's do it again.
He just doesn't
Dimitri,
like
you can't redo the first look.
Yeah, because he'd seen me. I was like, it's done now. You've seen me, you know. How are you going to look surprised and, oh, it's the first time I've seen
He's
you?
like, no, I'll swear out. He's like, I'll do it. It'll be fine.
But he did do it.
Yeah, he did do it.
I'll give him credit. He did do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't the first
It wasn't the first initial, yeah.
Well, actually,
He did get teary-eyed when we did the ceremony and I walked
Yes.
down the aisle with my dad. He did get
Yes,
teary-eyed.
yes.
Yeah. Now, watching back on it, I didn't realise how my mum was crying, my sisters were crying.
That's the part about the video. Right at that moment, there's so much we miss.
Yeah.
There's so much we miss.
There's so much going on. You don't know which one to take on.
The funny was, I had another conversation with someone just literally yesterday. They said to me, when I see you at a wedding venue and you're shooting, you look really angry.
Yeah, very serious.
They're like, you look so serious, like you don't want to be there. And when I saw my work, I realized why. Because in my case, I'm watching everything. I don't have time to be there just smiling
away. Yeah.
When I'm talking to you, taking pictures, that's different. But when I'm there, just trying to see, because when you look, you don't see everything. I'm there trying to look and going, is the camera in the right angle?
Yeah.
Is the person there? Is someone gonna ruin this shot? Is that kid gonna run in front of this thing? Is that in the right place? Is the mum
You're
is
doing
smiling? Is the cameraman
100
looking
miles
at the
per hour
mum?
with your mind,
My mind is going at that moment. My face is just like, or like
Yeah.
or I'm off thinking about the next shot. I'm like traveling in time, sort of thing. But what we discussed with this couple who's now had their wedding is, she said it to me best. She said, it literally felt like I went back in time.
Yeah.
She goes, when I sat down there, yes, I was watching it, but I actually remembered it. I went back in time, and she's like, it's been a few years, but every time I put it in, it's a few years between.
Mine.
Really?
I still watch it.
That's a
Every time
compliment on my part.
when no one's here, it's just me and Layla at home and she's playing up. I'm like, hey, let's watch the wedding.
Yeah.
Because she likes dancing. I'm like, what else are you going to dance
Might as
to?
well. Dance to mummy.
Mum and daddy dancing. Yeah, you know.
But it's literally, do you go back in time? Do you start to remember the real moments when you were
Yes,
there?
you feel that you remember the feeling that it gave you.
Yes.
Because when you're watching it, you don't show the behind the scenes where you two are absolutely amazing at what you do, and you're nervous. You're like, how's this day going to pan out? What's going to happen? Is there something major going to happen? Is it going to go according to how I planned it? That's all you stress about as the bride. Well, I did anyway. I don't know about anybody else. That was my thing. And it was two cultures coming together, and I was like, oh my God, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? That was my biggest thing. Having you two kind of make me relax. So I'll never forget when he came up to me and literally when I'm sitting and you're meant to smile and I'm like, I am smiling, Yalcin. He went, you're not smiling enough, smile. And I was like, what's he talking about? And then Icy went, yeah, you're not smiling. And I was like, I thought I was smiling. And he was like, no, you need to smile more. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I appreciate that because if you hadn't told me that, I would have literally been there with my sulky resting face thinking I look amazing, and I hadn't, you know, and that's all I was going to watch in my wedding. I'm like, why do I look miserable? It's my wedding day.
Yeah.
You know. And it's good that you have that.
What is the feeling like of actually when you walk into the venue and then you've got all those people?
I was petrified.
Really?
I was so nervous. Yeah.
I could see you just
Controlling.
doing this, try to...
So when it came to actually walking upstairs and seeing 400 people, I was petrified.
They announce Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah, as the bride walking.
And then they open those doors, tell the people, any bride, what happens at that moment.
It's petrifying. It really is. But it's one of the most thrilling things that you're ever going to do.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mean like children or anything, because that doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level,
Yeah,
you know.
we're gonna get to them.
Children don't even compare to that, you know. But in that moment, you feel special. You feel like, yes, I'm not one to like attention on me too much. I don't like it. I don't seek it. I don't seek it. But in that moment, you do want everyone to look at you. You know, it's nice that everyone is staring at you.
And we've put the lights on you as well.
Yeah, and honestly, I felt nervous, scared, excited all at once. And we wasn't going to do the double zurna. We was going to do the violin, and then I changed my mind the last minute. I was like, no, I want double zurna. I want to do it the proper way. Yeah, I want to do it the proper way. And I'm so glad I did, because the atmosphere that comes with that is something else.
Because there's something about the flute and then about the drum that gets that community of people just fired up.
Yeah.
It just gets them just getting that,
Yeah.
and it's the loud noise, and it's the
Everyone
beats
clapping
and the
at
bass and
once.
clapping. And,
Yeah. And I love one thing about Regency, they make their guests stand up as the
Yes.
bride and groom walk in. So you
Yes.
don't have half the hall sitting down, half of them
Yes.
standing, some of them clapping, some of them not clapping. If you're standing up, you're clapping.
Yes.
So I love that about them because it makes everyone involved.
And then
You
the
know?
first dance happens.
Yeah.
So you come together, and now everyone's sitting down and they're
Staring
staring,
at you. Staring at you.
What's happening at that moment?
I honestly, that moment I do remember because I feel like it was just me and him and there was nobody else there in that moment.
Do you remember your first dance song?
It was Zinet Salih and it was a mix of Turkish and Greek.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a mix of Turkish and Greek.
So you both families could swing to that.
Yeah.
Everyone got involved in each dance.
Yeah.
And sometimes we
My
do
family
weddings.
loves a good dance anyway.
Yeah,
God, you
this-
can't
yeah.
sit them down. You cannot sit them down. I love Regency for this because they have like a program that they follow.
Yes.
And whatever the bride and groom wants, they're very vigilant and they'll follow it through
Yeah.
to the T. We was having food, obviously.
There's the Tashkent
Yes.
and the team.
Yeah. We was literally, what was it, 40 minutes of sit down for food?
Yeah.
Even that my family couldn't do. They were like, when they're going to put some music on, we want to dance, we want to dance. I literally had my sister come up with the guy and say, I said, it's fine. I said, whatever my sister says, let her do it. I said, if they want to dance, I said, tell the band to put the music on. Yeah. From the minute it went, dung, my lot were on the piste. And I'm quite lucky. My mother-in-law's like that as well. She loves a good dance. My family, my Demetrius' immediate family love a good dance.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just
So
my
they
lot
bring
dancing.
the
It was,
party.
they were all mingling. I was like, oh, clearly they just wanted a bit of music.
Is there anything that you would have changed?
I think mine was pretty, touch wood, was plain sailing and easy for me. I didn't have any major hiccups or anything like that for me to think, I would change this or I'd advise people to do that. I was lucky in that way. But as I said, that was down to my sisters.
Really?
Yeah, it was down to them.
Are you gonna be there?
They literally bared everything and they said, don't worry about anything, we'll sort it out. Don't worry about anything, we'll sort it out. I didn't deal with any of the issues on the day.
Really?
My sisters did it. So I would like to, in one day, return the favour for them and do it for them,
How did he propose?
He did it twice.
He proposed twice.
Twice, yeah. I'm never a person where it needed any planning, any major event, nothing like that. I said to him, in that moment, if you feel like she's the one and I want to marry her, ask me. I said, we don't have to be doing anything. You don't have to put nothing major planning into or anything. He's a hopeless romantic. He loves to,
He looks like he's a
loves
teddy bear,
to
man.
plan and buy flowers and set it all up. I'm the total opposite.
Go, Dimitri.
I'm the total opposite.
He's exactly what I thought he is. Yes. Dimitri.
So he wanted to do that, but I didn't want him to do that. I just wanted him to feel that moment and to be genuine and to feel it and to say it to me then. So the first time he asked, we didn't have a ring or anything.
Really? He just felt it.
He just felt it and said it. And he went, oh, but it's not perfect because we don't have a ring. And I was like, it is perfect. Don't worry about it.
Get a Dorito.
Yeah.
Or get a hula hoop.
No, I was like, it's fine. I don't need the ring. I know that you want to marry me and that's all that matters to me. And then obviously he did it a second time when we had the ring. And I was like, you can have your moment too.
So what was the proposal like? The second one? Or you can talk about the first one.
The second one, it was, I think we was at his mum's house. The second one.
So you done it around family.
No, it was not. It was just us. But
Oh, okay.
It was at their house. The first one was at he doesn't agree with this, but it was at his brother's birthday party.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, the decorations here.
Yeah, the decor's done. I don't have to worry about
the
it.
music is sorted out. I might as well. You know what I mean?
No,
Two
yeah.
for one.
But the second time he had the ring and he wanted to do it, and I said, you can have your moment.
How
It's
did
fine.
you guys meet?
We've been friends for 13 plus years before we started going out.
Really?
I've known Dimitri since he was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
16-year-old Dimitri. Or was
Yeah.
he a different guy?
Oh yeah, has he not showed you the picture of him when he had hair and everything? He was a, as he
The
likes to
hunk.
call it, a Greek god.
Really?
Yeah, he was drop dead gorgeous.
Well, he's still gorgeous.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the
No,
hair.
I love him.
Yeah, he's
I love him the way he
handsome
is.
boy.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about relationships. How did you go from just knowing each other as friends and then to realize that this is
something more than
How
friends.
did you realize that?
So we'd been friends for 13 years.
Because it doesn't just like happen
No,
one day.
of course, no. I'd known him
does it?
since he was 16. And from the moment I'd seen him, I'd said to my twin sister, she used to work with him. I said, "Oh my God, who is he? He's drop dead gorgeous." And she went, "Leave him alone. He's only 16." I'm 2 years older than Dimitri.
Yeah, that
so
was,
she was like, "Leave him alone."
She
yeah.
said it as if she was like 25 years older than him. Like, leave him alone.
I'm
He's
2
only
years
16.
older than him. So she was like, "Leave him alone. He's 16." And so we became friends through my sister. And for the time that I've known him, he's always had girlfriends, always in a relationship. And it's not like
Well,
6 months, 7 months, a year.
Gorgeous,
No,
right?
yeah. He's always had very long relationships, 2, 3 years. And when I was single, he was always in a relationship. So it never happened, And then this was back in 2014. He texted me while I was in Cyprus, and I back then would never take my phone out with me to Cyprus because I was like, this is my time. I'm gonna relax. I don't want no one to call me, no nothing. So I literally just switched my phone off, leave it at home. Didn't take it with me. He'd messaged me, so when I got back and turned my phone on, I'd seen all the messages. So I messaged him back saying, "Hi, how are you? I just got back from Cyprus," and he was in Spain during that time. So I messaged him. He was like, "Yeah, I'm on holiday myself. I'm coming back next week. Do you want to meet me at the airport?" I said, "Yeah, why not? Come on then. I'll come and pick you up." But he'd pre-orchestrated all of it because he said that I don't know how he got to this, but he was having a conversation with his friend that he was holidaying with, and just one night they were talking about relationships and whatever, and he turned around and said to his friend, "I think I'm gonna marry my friend Mel." And then I don't know how this has all come about. It was in his mind, so he had the courage to message me because he knew I was single at the time, and he was single for 2 years or so by then. And
No, girl had whipped him up. Damn.
so I went to the airport, picked him up and everything, and then it was literally from that moment on, it was texting every day, every morning, every night, and then it became throughout the day.
Is there a moment when you knew?
I've always said, I'm either going to marry someone Italian, Spanish, or Greek. And I said, if it's someone Greek, it's going to be my friend Dimitri.
Really?
I think I've have you guys read The Secret?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you clearly did that. And I was like, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. But whatever you manifest in your mind kind of happens or whatever.
Yeah.
I've always said, if it's a Greek man, it's going to be Dimitri.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to laugh, right?
Okay.
You probably don't even remember it. I saw you on the tube at one point, right? Yeah, we saw each other on the tube. And I was like, how are you doing? And you're like, yeah. And I said to you, how's it going? And
I remember this vaguely.
How's your relationship? It's on the underground,
Yeah.
right? Piccadilly line. So for anyone who cares. And then I said to you, how's it going? Because I said to you, there's a slight glow about you. Is there anything going on? And you just had that little thing, cheeky thing.
Yeah.
I said to her, who is he? And then you said, no, there's no one. And then I said, who is he? And you said nothing. Now that you talk about it, I'm like, yeah, this was the moment when you guys were probably, the love was blossoming as they say.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, there's no one. And then I was like, oh,
I did hide it for a while.
I was like, there's definitely someone.
I did hide it for a while from a lot of people, even from my friends. I didn't want it to be a case where it was too much too soon because it was happening really fast. And I'm very mellow and I want to take things slow and whatever. So I did feel like it was happening too fast. And I was like, oh my God, if I tell people, will I be jinxing it? Would something happen? Nazar or whatever. And I didn't want to tell anyone. So I kept it for a while.
Now you're married. What was that first month like?
I think it was hard.
Why?
I'd never lived with anyone other than obviously my immediate family. And it was all of a sudden, it was us in a house together. And I'm very particular.
So you're the problem.
And my husband is so laid back.
He's very chilled,
yeah.
isn't he? I imagine
He's
Dimitri,
so
you say,
chilled back.
Dimitri, do this, and he says, okay.
He's solid. No, yeah, he looks like that, but he's not.
No, it's Dimitri.
He's not. He's a dark horse, that one. So I think it was
Greek stallion.
It was me trying to work around having someone else live with me.
Okay.
In my space, because I was so used to having my sisters, my mum and dad, and that worked like clockwork because I'd done it all my life. There was nothing new there, and all of a sudden it was us, and it was a new environment. And I was never an emotional person before my wedding, so I didn't sit down and cry. I didn't have a kana. I didn't want one.
Yeah.
I don't like things like
Remember
that.
you saying that I didn't want to do it.
I don't want a kana.
Like I don't want people around me crying
No,
and making
I
me
did.
cry.
Yeah, I was like, it's a joyous event. Why am I crying? I'm doing this because I want to get married.
Yeah.
Why am I going to sit down and cry about it? I didn't do that. So I didn't, leading up to it, like my sisters were very emotional. my maid of honor Meral, she'd come in the room sometimes. She'd be like, "Oh my God, it's like 2 more days and you're going, 3 more days and you're," and I'm like, she'd do the countdown for me. She was literally genuinely upset. And I'd be like, "Maggie, I'm tired. I got to work tomorrow. Please, just can we sleep?" You know, I had this. I didn't cry at all until I moved out and it was me and him, and I was like, "Oh my God, where's my family?"
Okay.
That's when I was like, "I miss you guys."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had that
After,
first. Okay.
yeah.
What is it like actually now spending your time with the person you want to be with?
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I can't imagine my life without him now. You know, and before you're
You
not
make
like
me
that.
want to marry Dimitri.
You
Dimitri,
can't,
I'm coming for you.
You can't imagine your life without that person anymore, because you literally become one. You know how they think and how you think, it intertwines and it becomes one. And you find, there's things that you disagree with, but you find the middle ground and you compromise. Sometimes he gets his way, sometimes I get my way. That's
Who
different.
gets their way more?
I do. Bless him.
What's the ratio here? 70-30, 80-20,
I say
90-10?
90 to 10. I say 90 to 10.
It's my house. This is literally my house.
Yeah. I do get my way
You get
most
your
of the
way a
time.
lot. Right?
Yeah.
Is that because you plan it or you're just bossy with it? Like, no, this is the way it's gonna. You put your foot down.
Again, as we was talking before, I'm a very particular person and I like certain things to be organized in a certain way. And I'm like, you don't understand, my brain doesn't work any other way. So I'd rather you mold to me than me mold to you.
Okay, so you do what I say.
Yes, yeah. Not because I'm being nasty or anything like that. It's just, it's for everyone's sake, this is easier. Mold to me,
So from under the bus, but what's the one thing that drives you mad about him?
He's too messy for me.
Really?
Yes.
When you say messy, what does that mean?
Like, he'll do the dishes, he'll clean the house, he does all of that.
Yeah.
Perfect. I don't even think, like, if I've got the kitchen, whatever, I know he'll do it. I don't worry about it. He'll tidy up whatever, he'll look after the girls. Perfect. He's great like that. It's his clothes in his wardrobe. Too messy for my liking. I'll fix it every so often and I'll be like, Dimitri, I've done it. Just see it through. Pick one thing up, put it back the way you found it. No.
Is he like a thrower?
He just throws it in
Is
there.
it dasher? Okay.
Yeah, he throws it in there.
Okay, and then what is one thing that you love about him more now that you're married?
Everything, but obviously I love that he goes out his way to make sure that I'm ultimately happy with whatever is happening at the end of it. We will have disagreements, we will have discussions over it, but I love the fact that he will make sure that it's what I want at the end of it. Yeah.
And now you've got 2 beautiful babies.
Yeah.
2 daughters. So you've got one that's 2 and one that's just 7 months.
Yeah.
Which is like or if you saw them,
big cheeks.
the double neck and chin
Yeah.
and everything. She's got it all going on, right? What's that done for your relationship?
It's definitely tested us. Definitely. But I've not known a single couple who's had a kid and not say the same things that I've said, It's a very testing time. We had a baby and COVID happened.
Yes.
So we was forced to all of a sudden spend all this time together with a newborn, and it was like too much all at once. So it's definitely tested us. And then just as we was like, oh, we're getting the hang of it, we had another one.
Yes.
So we added another baby into the mix. So I feel like to an extent we've gone back to square one. And now we're, touch wood, it's all kind of getting on track and working like clockwork.
Okay.
So it's
are you getting what you want? Because
most
from
of the
what
time.
we've got from this conversation is that you have a
time,
plan,
yeah,
and you want people to stick to that plan.
Most of the time.
And babies don't stick to anything.
No, they're not programmed like that.
No, they're free spirits,
Yes.
as we put it.
Yeah.
Or they're just mad. If you think of any brides now, and somebody who's about to get married, they've just entered this journey. They may have been proposed to now, and she's there, and she's now seen your story. Would you have changed the amount of money you spent?
No, because apparently that's standard for what you get for weddings these days.
Yes.
And apparently mine was relatively cheap for what they're apparently asking now.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Do you? Because there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, they spent this much money on your wedding. What's the point?" and stuff. Would you have spent less, or do you?
No, I would have spent I would have spent the same amount or even more. I did have a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're being stupid. You need to think of it like a profit.
Okay.
You do all the things very minimal, very basic, whatever. Don't spend too much on the venue. Don't spend so much on this. Just worry about the tucker and how much you're going to make from that." I said, I don't care how much I spend. I don't care if people give me money or they don't.
Because in our culture, it's gifted, isn't it?
That's what's important, isn't it? It's all about the end result. And I was like, I don't care if people give me money or not. You know, I don't care. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want my centerpieces to be a plastic flower. I want it to be real flowers.
Yeah.
These all cost money. Yeah. You know, I don't want it to, I don't want my finger to be from a package. I want Yalcin for my photography. You know, I want Choban to do it. I didn't want it to be a package where, I don't know who's doing it. I've never seen their work before. Yeah. I have no idea. I didn't want the catering to be X, Y, and Z. I wanted to have elements of me and what's going to satisfy me at the end of it. I don't care how much it's going to cost. Yeah, it costs an arm and a leg, but you do it once. Yeah. Am I going to do this again? No. Yeah, inshallah, I'm never going to do it again. You know, this is it. And hopefully you guys are in business by the time my daughters are ready to get married.
Saying that is with this, the part that's got us. Yes, the part that's got us at the moment is we're doing a lot of couples weddings that my dad filmed
their parents.
Their parents' wedding.
Yeah.
28, 30 years ago. I'm there like going, wow, we've been around for like 3 decades. Yeah. Like it's a long time when you actually think about it. I
know people after I got married, not long after they got married, and they didn't go with you for whatever reason, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, X, Y, and Z. They, for obvious reasons, they were like...
I make us sound so expensive, right?
So they obviously went with different companies. When I saw their photos, their video and everything, and I've actually heard from one bride saying, I wish that's the one thing I didn't compromise on. And I wish I'd gone with Choban. I've heard this firsthand.
Great to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a nice way, but
I sat there and I was boasting. I was like, this is why I went with them. You know, I was like, I don't want to look back at this and be like, oh my God, I wish I didn't, you know, I wish I'd have saved money here and there and then not all my pictures on my video, because that's all you have.
Hopefully you got something out of this conversation. She had an amazing wedding. It was one of a mixed culture, but normally mixed cultures, they have this moment where it's a split. You'll see one side on one and the other side on the other, and they won't really mix together until their music. So one jumps in, one jumps out. But in her case, they really put in the effort. And that is a big high five to the families, because they tried. They danced to each other's music. They really went for it. And they tried to make the day as special for her as possible. And they did. And now, this is why she's so happy. She's so happy because she did what she wanted and they let her have it. And that's what families should keep in mind. It's not your wedding. It's her wedding. It's his wedding. So your job is not to mingle and twist and make them do what it is that you want. It's listen to them, advise them. But at the end of the day, it's their wedding.
Ultimately, bride and groom's decision.
Yeah, ultimately, it's their wedding. So till next time, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hit that like button, subscribe, because we've got loads of great videos coming like this and other videos which will help you, because it's all about your wedding day. For us, we may have lived through this multiple times, but we're just there to guide you and to make sure that you have memories for the rest of your life, that you can go back in time. You jump on that time machine every time you want to, you click that play button and you can go back and experience those emotions and the best moment of your life together.